You're staring at a deadline that won't budge, your coffee's gone cold, and your laptop, your trusty workhorse, just wheezed its last breath with a blue screen. You need a machine that won't quit on you, not just today, but for years to come. One that can crunch numbers like a champ, survive a coffee spill, and still look sharp in a client meeting. Enter the Lenovo ThinkPad E16 Gen 3. It's not just another laptop. It's the kind of tool built for professionals who refuse to compromise, whether they're crunching spreadsheets, designing presentations, or pounding out emails at 30,000 feet. Today, we're putting this AMD-powered powerhouse through its paces. From its rugged military-grade build to its AI-driven performance, we'll break down whether it's the right fit for you. Let's face it, most business laptops fall into one of two traps. They're either overbuilt bricks that weigh a ton and cost a fortune, or they're flimsy plastic shells that can't survive a sneeze, let alone a cross-country trip. The market gap here isn't just about power or portability. It's about finding a machine that delivers both without breaking the bank. The ThinkPad E16 Gen 3 steps into that gap with a promise: military-grade durability, enterprise-grade performance, and a price tag that doesn't require a second mortgage. But does it deliver? Right out of the box, the ThinkPad E16 feels like a premium device. The matte black chassis is clad in carbon fiber-reinforced plastic, giving it that signature ThinkPad heft without the weight. It's sturdy enough to survive a drop from a desk, something I tested personally when my cat decided to help me unbox it. The lid flexes less than a dollar store notebook, and the hinge is smooth, opening with just the right amount of resistance. At 3.7 pounds, it's not featherlight, but it's not a tank either. The 16-inch 1920 by 1200 IPS touchscreen is bright and vibrant, with 300 nits of brightness and 100% sRGB coverage. The touch functionality is responsive, though not as precise as a dedicated tablet. The keyboard? Oh, the keyboard. It's the legendary ThinkPad keyboard we've all heard about. The one with 1.5mm key travel, concave keycaps, and a satisfying click. After years of mushy laptop keyboards, typing on this feels like coming home. The touchpad is large and precise, with Windows precision drivers baked in, so no janky gestures here. Now let's talk about what's under the hood. The AMD Ryzen 7 Pro 250, yes, that's the Pro variant, is a beast for productivity. It's a 12-core, 24-thread processor built on the Zen 3 Plus architecture, with a base clock of 2.8 GHz and a boost up to 4.7 GHz. Paired with 16 GB of DDR5 RAM and a 512 GB NVMe SSD. This setup chews through multitasking like it's nothing. I ran 20 Chrome tabs, a Zoom call, a 4K video export in Premiere Rush, and a Python script in the background, all at once. The system never hiccuped. The SSD is fast enough to boot Windows in under 10 seconds and load large files in a blink. Lenovo's AI-powered performance tuning is subtle but effective. It dynamically adjusts power settings based on your workload, so you're not burning through battery when you don't need to. Speaking of battery, the 57WH unit lasted me 8 hours and 42 minutes in a mixed workload test. Web browsing, document editing, and light photo work. That's not MacBook Pro territory, but it's solid for a 16-inch workhorse. Let's talk real-world use. If you're a business professional juggling spreadsheets, emails, and virtual meetings, this laptop won't blink. I opened a 500 megabytes Excel file with 12 pivot tables and 10 macros running simultaneously. The system handled it like a champ, with no lag or stuttering. The touchscreen adds a nice layer of versatility, perfect for annotating PDFs in Adobe Acrobat or sketching out ideas in OneNote. The AMD Radeon graphics are integrated, so don't expect to run AAA games at high settings, but casual gaming like Stardew Valley or Civilization 6 runs smoothly at medium settings. The thermal performance is impressive. Even under heavy load, the fan noise stays within acceptable limits, and the chassis stays cool enough to rest on your lap. The only trade-off? The fan does ramp up under sustained load, so if you're in a quiet office, expect some background hum. Now let's get real. No laptop is perfect, and the ThinkPad E16 has a few quirks. The webcam is 720p, fine for Zoom calls, but don't expect cinematic quality. The speakers are decent but tinny, so invest in a good pair of headphones if you're a music lover. The port selection is solid but not groundbreaking. 2 USB-A, 2 USB-C, one with Thunderbolt 4, HDMI, a headphone jack, and a microSD reader. No USB-C charging here, so you'll need to carry the included 65W power brick. The display bezels are a bit chunky by modern standards, and the webcam sits in the middle of the top bezel, an odd throwback to the 2010s. Battery life is good, but not exceptional, and the laptop doesn't support Wi-Fi 6E, which might be a deal-breaker for future-proofing. So how does it stack up against the competition? Let's compare it to the Dell Latitude 5430, a similar business-class laptop. The Latitude has a slightly lighter chassis and a better webcam, but its keyboard lacks the ThinkPad's legendary feel, and its performance is slightly weaker with Intel's 12th Gen chips. The HP EliteBook 840G9 is another contender, offering a brighter display and longer battery life, but it's more expensive and doesn't have the ThinkPad's keyboard pedigree. The MacBook Air M2 is in a different league, lighter, more efficient, and with a fanless design, but it lacks the durability, ports, and business-focused features of the ThinkPad. For professionals who prioritize typing comfort, build quality, and long-term reliability, the E16 Gen 3 is in a class of its own. If you're a business professional, a data analyst, a designer, or anyone who needs a laptop that can keep up with demanding workloads without sacrificing portability or durability, the Lenovo ThinkPad E16 Gen 3 is a no-brainer. It's not the flashiest machine on the market, but it's one of the most reliable. The AMD Ryzen 7 Pro 250 handles everything you throw at it. The keyboard is a dream to type on, and the build quality is military-grade tough. Yes, the battery life isn't class-leading, and the webcam is basic, but these are minor quibbles in the grand scheme of things. This is a laptop built for people who need to get work done. No excuses, no compromises. If you're ready to upgrade your workflow with a machine that won't let you down, the Lenovo ThinkPad E16 Gen 3 is waiting for you. Head over to Lenovo's website or your favorite retailer and grab one today. Your future self, especially that future self staring down a deadline with a fresh cup of coffee, will thank you.